Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to take you guys along with us. Just kind of a day in the life. I got James here. He said hello. Of getting back to our normal routine. We were just away for a night, my husband and I, in Oklahoma City. We got to see Joshua Becker and listen to his inspirational talk on his book, Uncluttered Faith. And we had James with us, and my mom had my other 4 kids. So we've been gone, and the house is definitely a mess, and we did clean it before we left. But of course, as you know, especially when you have a lot of kids, the house can get in disarray very fast, especially bringing in, things from like your luggage and just all the things that come with traveling with a lot of kids. Although we do travel pretty minimally, we still have a lot of stuff everywhere. So that's kind of the goal today, is get everything back in order. I need to do laundry, tidy up the house, unpack bags, tidy up the kitchen. We had breakfast this morning. Still need to do that, and just kind of get things in order. We're hoping to start school back up in the coming days. I'm waiting on a couple more things to come in the mail so that way we can officially start. Of course, we've been doing school, but that's kind of the plan. After going to this event on minimalism, it definitely inspires you to minimize your home. So anyway, I am say hello. Gonna go ahead and get started, get things done, and just take you guys along with us. Well, I've decided that this video is probably going to be a really chatty video. I just have a lot to talk about and just fill you guys in. So we did have a wonderful time going to see Joshua Becker speak on his latest book, Uncluttered Faith. I've read it twice. It is a must read. It's Christianity meets minimalism, and it talks all about it, and it's such a great book, you guys. I feel like every Christian needs to read it. I will link it down below for you guys. It's one that I will probably reread every year because it's something that you really just need to remind yourself of. And it really inspired me to declutter our home even more. Just listening to someone talk about Jesus and minimalism will inspire you to live with less, because less is so much more in so many areas of your life. And so you may see more minimalist content on my channel as I slowly get back to my roots of minimalism. It is just like, this is truly who the Lord made me. I have always been such a minimal-minded person. I just feel like that's where my heart and soul feels the closest to God, is whenever I'm not thinking about consuming or stuff, but instead my focus is on Jesus and doing exactly what the Lord has laid before me with my family, my children, homemaking, homeschooling. And it's not about the stuff. It's not. And I could just keep talking all about this. And I took notes in the book, but I ended up loaning the book to a family member. So I don't have those notes with me, but the talk was so inspiring. And my husband and I had such a wonderful time. We got a hotel. We went out to eat, and I ate a yummy steak because I'm doing the carnivore diet, and which I hope to share more about that eventually. I'm literally almost a month in of doing the carnivore diet, and I'll share why I've done it. That video is going to be coming out probably later this week, and just my thoughts on my experience. It's been pretty mind-blowing in so many ways, and just, cleaning up your diet, wow, your whole life kind of changes a little bit. But yeah, so I am getting everything unpacked. I don't know about you guys, but I am the type of person, I do not like bags sitting around full of clothes or dirty clothes or things that need to be unpacked, especially because we are very minimal when it comes to clothing, especially with our kids. I keep a very minimal wardrobes for them. I literally do laundry every single day. I'm always washing a load of laundry every single day. And when you have smaller wardrobes, that's what you have to do. You have to do a load of laundry every day because you're cleaning the clothes that the children need, what you need, so on and so forth. So for me, I have to unpack. And it's one of those things I don't like to procrastinate on, because usually the bags are sitting around and I don't like looking at something that looks like it needs to be done, because then it's just like this mental reminder of constant, like, you need to unpack me. So I'm just that type of person. I unpack immediately, almost always, or the next morning. That's what I do. When I get it all put away, I throw in all the dirty clothes, get all the things squared away and where they need to go. And that's another thing about minimalism, you guys, that I really, truly, I want to have so many talks on homemaking and minimalism, especially as a stay-at-home mom. I feel like there needs to be more discussion on this. And I've run into a couple like books and different things that kind of harp on minimalism and why they think it's not good. I definitely disagree with a lot of that stuff, just because I've seen the benefits so much, especially as a Christian. So when you own less, you can clean your house so much quicker. I literally Taylor and I, my husband, we cleaned our house, tidied it mainly, before we left to travel. I don't know if you guys are like that. I don't like to deep clean my house, but I like to run a vacuum, get things off the floor, make sure there's no dirty dishes, dirty laundry, food that needs to be eaten, those basic things that you don't want to come back to. I'm the type of person that I'm like, let's just get these done so we don't have to come back and like see that there's so much to do. But whenever you do get back from traveling, there's always the things that need to be unpacked. You have so many things in the car from if you have to eat out, or there's just so much that comes with it, especially having 5 kids. But the thing is, it did not take me long at all to do all of these tasks. Within less than an hour, I had everything taken care of, and that felt so good. And another thing is, when you have less things, typically everything has a home. And that's like the biggest key in our home. The way that we have everything structured and organized is everything has a home. So when you have less, you have the extra space to put whatever you have. So therefore it gets a proper home. It gets a space that automatically, I know where this goes. Instead of clutter just sitting around, you have homes for the things that you value and the things that are important to you that you need. And that's how our home is. We do not own extras of anything. I ought to do a video on like every single thing that we own one of, because when it comes to just basic things that people tend to just store, everyone in my house owns one set of sheets. That's it. And I wash them and I put them back on their bed the same day. Everyone owns one towel. We have 2 guest towels. Everyone owns one washcloth. Everything is so simple and streamlined when you own exactly what you need and nothing more. I've had seasons where I tend to think, oh, maybe I should have more of that. And I've tried it. I always go back to, no, because that's more to manage. And I already have several important duties in my life that need my time and attention and focus. And managing things is not a top priority. I need to do my basic duties. I need to do cooking, cleaning, laundry, homeschooling, caring for infants, nursing my baby, making sure children are bathed, like all the basic necessities of 5 children. There's so many responsibilities in that, and there's so much discipline that is needed to be learned. And for us as a family, owning less is how I get those things accomplished to the best of my ability. If I had a home full of things, I would be so sidetracked. I would be so distracted. I don't think I could clearly focus on what truly needed to be done, because there would be so much stuff. There would be constantly like cleaning up things or walking into a room and feeling so overwhelmed, I just walk out of the room. And so for us as a family, minimalism is essential. It really, truly is. And it's probably why we have 5 kids, because we felt like we could manage more. We could steward more children because we had more capacity. And whenever you have a home full of stuff, you do not have the mental capacity to do things well. It's just, there's probably science on this. So those are just some thoughts, and I hope that's inspiring. But anyway, I could talk so much on minimalism. I am huge fan of it. But what you guys have been seeing here is just homeschool stuff, getting things ready for homeschool week and getting things prepped. And then, of course, when you do travel, for us, when you stay in a hotel, you don't want to pay for the hotel water because it's expensive. So we ended up getting some bottled water from Walmart, which I'm not a fan of bottled water because of all the plastics. But, you got to drink water while you can. So I was just putting these under the sink for if there's another moment when we travel, we actually already have these. We could just pull these out and use them. So I just love cleaning up the house whenever, we get back from traveling. I've really developed habits in a sense of doing dishes. Like after each meal, if you do the dishes and wipe off your countertops, you're going to feel so much better. Just the simple habit of cleaning up after each meal, it doesn't take a long time. And I will say it doesn't take a long time if you don't have a lot of things. So recently I decided to just kind of clear our countertops. I've always kind of been this way, but sometimes I get in seasons where I want more on the countertops. And I'm back to the season of, let me just spray the entire countertop and let me just wipe it down. And I love it so much, you guys. When you don't have stuff on your countertops, it just kind of feels so satisfying to clean your kitchen. Like you just walk in and you want to clean your kitchen because you're like, yes, my kitchen already feels kind of clean. Let's just tidy it up. Let's wipe off all the crumbs and sticky syrup and all of that sort of stuff, and then load the dishwasher, run the dishwasher, and it's clean. And that's kind of how I like to do things. I really don't like a lot of clutter on my counters. That's just me personally. I know a lot of people like things on their counters, and that's totally fine. Everyone has their own decor style. I will say after going to this minimalist event, it's just really pulling me right back to my roots in minimalism. And you're probably going to see a little bit more of that on my channel. I also am hoping, you guys, to paint my kitchen cabinets like a really creamy taupe color. And before you get mad at me, our cabinets are not real wood. It's just manufactured wood that like most houses have. And for the longest time I lived with the wood. But the thing is, my entire house is wood, so I really want to brighten up my kitchen, but not in a modern way. I want it to be warm. I want it to match my backsplash and countertops because I'm not looking to just completely revamp my kitchen. I love my kitchen, but I've been thinking about painting them. And so I first was going to do like a clary sage green, but then I thought, no, that's too moody for me. That's too trendy. I'm just going to go with a taupe color. And I think that's going to be beautiful. I actually put it into ChatGPT to see what it would look like, and I loved it. I'll put the picture here so you guys can see it. And it looks really good. So I know I don't typically use AI, you guys, but I just needed a visual before I actually bit the bullet and did this. So that is going to be happening in the future. I don't know when I have time, I guess. But also our little kitchen love seat settee that's in our kitchen, it's like all ripped up. It's probably why I don't see it on the channel very much anymore because my children love them dearly, but they are hard on furniture and the entire upholstery is just coming apart. So I am going to make my own slipcover using Norfolk Rose. I think it's Norfolk Cabbage Rose. I don't know. Fabric. It's a very old Waverly fabric. It's actually the same print that is the curtains in my living room. I love this fabric. It's also the fabric that is in the movie You've Got Mail on Kathleen Kelly's couch. So that's the kind of slipcover fabric I'm going to make for this little settee. So the kitchen is going to be getting a little bit of a refresh because it's just a lot of things get so used, especially living out in the country. Dingy. We have a lot of traffic in this area. I'm hoping to also replace the rug that we have in there with, I don't know, something neutral, maybe like a brown jute rug or something that will not show any stains or dirt, and I can just vacuum it and call it good. So that is kind of what we're going to do. I'm kind of also leaning more towards like nothing on the walls because I really want to embrace the cabin feel of my home, the warm. I really want it to be like more cottage, a warm country cottage that is minimal. There's not tons of things on the wall, and that's really I've really gotten to the point where I had a lot of stuff on the wall. And I've just realized when we moved in here, the reason why we chose this place, the reason why I fell in love with it specifically was because of the wood and the brick and the tile. It was so warm to me, and it just made me feel like you didn't have to put anything on the walls, because the wood is so much more beautiful to look at. And when you have a bunch of things on the wall, it just kind of draws your attention to that instead of the home. And I really just want the feel of this country cabin to be more of what you see instead of just a bunch of stuff on the wall. And for me, things on the wall can kind of be visually overstimulating. Sometimes I really enjoy it, and sometimes I just get to the point where I'm like, I'm tired of looking at the same painting over and over again. And then when you do have children, paintings get knocked and then they're like hanging sideways half the time. And then for me, I don't want to go and move the painting all day long or look up and see a crooked painting. I don't know. I probably have a little bit OCD in this area. But paintings or pictures on the wall, when they're crooked, it drives me nuts. And so fixing them constantly is a little bit annoying. And so if I don't even have to look at that and it's just not even there, then great. One less mental clutter, I feel like there's so much mental clutter within our homes of things that are speaking to us, like that need to be done, or you think that they need to be done, or you're feeling guilty that you think it needs to get done. And the minimalism, y'all, that's where that just stems right back to minimalism, and just get rid of things. If you do not love an item, I think this was something Joshua talked about in the event on like how to decide when you need to get rid of something. And a lot of people talk about like if the item were to just break or combust, and how would you feel when it did that? Would you feel sad or would you feel happy? If you feel relieved that you're like, okay, that's fine, no big deal, then you can get rid of it. And that's how I think about a lot of things. Is like if there's something I'm constantly managing, I'm like, if this thing breaks or something, am I going to be relieved or am I going to be sad? And that's how you know what you truly value and what you truly use in your home. Like if there's like a nice pan that I'm using, a ceramic pan or something that I'm using, and it breaks, and it's a pan I use all the time and it breaks, then I know, I do enjoy using that because I am sad that it broke because I know I need to replace it. I don't know if any of that is making sense, you guys, but there's so many thoughts. Just be prepared, you guys. I'm going to bring more minimalism content to the channel. I'm going to get you guys all ready and inspired to declutter your homes this fall. So, because that's where I'm at, you guys. We're going to stop consuming, and we are going to, it's going to be good, guys. It's going to be good. So, anyway, this was dinner. I was making a sourdough discard pizza. This is one from Lisa's Farmhouse on Boone blog. It's one of her very old recipes, and it's one that I've always made when I do have sourdough going, and that's what we had for dinner. It's so easy. You just heat up a cast iron skillet, pour sourdough starter discard. You have to feed your sourdough starter so you have a lot of it. Pour that in the pan, and it kind of cooks as you're pouring it in there, and then you drizzle it with olive oil and some Italian seasoning, some salt. Throw that in the oven. I think it bakes for like 10 minutes or so. I can't remember. And then you pull it out, put some pasta sauce. I used marinara from Aldi, some shredded cheese we had on hand. This is kind of the meal I do when I am just like in a pinch. And I'm like, we need something healthy-ish that I can just quickly make up. We had some breakfast sausage. So this was like a cheddar sausage pizza. Everyone ate it all. It was so good. So, well, everyone ate it. I didn't eat it. But that was what was for dinner. So that's today's video, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the minimalism talk inspiration, let me know. If you want to hear more on my thoughts, definitely let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I am so appreciative of all the people that are new here. Thank you for supporting my channel. It has been so inspiring. Every time I put out a video, you guys' feedback is very encouraging. If you guys are new here, I would love it if you would subscribe. Be sure to like this video. That tells YouTube that you like my content, and they will keep showing it to other people. And don't forget to leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.